Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Williams, for being here. Lake Ilo National Wildlife Refuge is a Fish and Wildlife Service managed refuge near Dunn Center, North Dakota. And recently, my office was inundated by calls because there was the way the Fish and Wildlife Service dealt with, or the local management dealt with a seepage in an earthen dam, which needs to be dealt with, obviously, was to drain it, drain the lake in April. And evidently, and again, only concerned citizens call, but evidently without very good communications with them or the local communities. Now, of course, local groups are dealing with the fallout of that. So these are some pictures of the fallout of that. As you can see, they're cleaning up the dead fish, and it's unsightly, to say the least, and other bad qualities. My bigger concern, and that's a big concern, but my bigger concern is that the permanent fix that the service is going to work on isn't expected to be completed for a couple of years. This is kind of a big immediate problem, and I'm just pleading with you to work with me, tell me how I can help you fix this earthen dam sooner than a couple of years from now, because another spring would be really, really difficult like this. So can we try to work it faster, please?
Senator Cramer, I see the photos. I am aware of this issue, and yes, it is really unfortunate and one of the not fun things that we get to work on. Obviously, our primary concern is for the public safety for this dam, hence the drawdown. And my understanding is that we are working to get the design complete and understand, too, the need to do this as quickly as possible. I'm apologized for, if we haven't worked well with the community. I know that we have tried. I even saw some photos from a listening session with the county, but I would like to work with you on this and can understand that it's very unfortunate.
I think the communication problem was more the timing rather than actually eventually getting to it. One of the issues, and while it's a recreation area, it is also used a lot by agriculture. And so when a farmer comes into a spring in a drought area and then their source of water is gone, anyway, you understand all that. I want to help you do this a year sooner if we can do that together.
Thank you, Senator. One thing I read, too, one of the comments from one of your constituents was that there used to be a refuge employee there at the Lake Ilo National Wildlife Refuge. Because of our capacity issue with refuges, we have dropped 25% of our capacity. The increased budget request would help us have somebody or an employee at Lake Ilo National Wildlife Refuge to work with your constituents on a more frequent basis. So that would be a benefit.
Yeah, it would be. Thank you for that. Now, on to my favorite topic with you is waterfowl production area easement mapping. Now, we've made some nice progress on pre-1976 mapping, getting the digital maps, the satellite maps to our landowners who have the easements. And that's certainly improved the look of things and a better understanding of what's actually an easement and what isn't. Unfortunately, I'm hearing that new easements are not receiving satellite maps. So again, I don't know if this is what the issue is, but again, please help me, because what I worry about is not just not having a certain high-tech literal map of an easement, but it further erodes confidence between the landowner and the service. The other thing is, while I'm on the easement, I also would like to get to a 95% certainty standard, which is what the national or the NRCS at USDA has for their easements, rather than the 99% that the service uses. Just reconciling all of this, I think, would help everybody better understand what they're dealing with. There's, as you know, a lot of confusion even of whether some people are dealing with the Fish and Wildlife Service or USDA. Not your problem, but to the degree we can reconcile some of these things, the better. So what do you know about the satellite maps with new easements? Is that true, or is it, what's the challenge?
So, Senator Cramer, first I want to just pull back a minute and recognize the work we have done together, and I think I hope you have improved this situation where we, for the first time, have a national handbook on wetland easements, we have clarified that refuge managers, not law enforcement agents, are responsible for managing easements. We have completed the pre-1976 mapping and appeal process. We have codified for clarity and transportation drain tile setbacks. And so, yes, now we're starting this new process. My understanding is that we are working to provide those color satellite photos for the new easement. So that was, I don't have the totally up-to-date information, but that was something that we are aware of, and it's a helpful tool and would like to be able to provide.
I appreciate all of that, and we can talk about more later. The 95 versus 99% deals specifically with the drain tile confidence threshold, and just reconciling that with USDA would be great. Thank you.
Senator Cramer, I would say I'm working diligently. It's something I'm very proud of in this administration across agencies, and I would like to be consistent with NRCS. I do understand that that's helpful to not have discrepancies amongst agencies.
A lot of silos in the federal government. Appreciate you working across them. Thank you.